And I guess we'll count a kill in this as when a
we kinda have to
character
define
becomes a
it.
deadite.
Yeah.
Because they kind of get infected by, I guess, by wood.
We're back with another slammer from 1981. We were just here like 2 podcasts ago, Escape New York, right?
Take a listen.
And 1981, like we said on that podcast, one of my favorite years for movies. You do have a couple of stinkers that year. Under the Rainbow
Yeah.
was one about the making of The Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
which I'm mentioning, Serling, why? Because who got Dorothy in
Me.
the Wizard of Oz production for the summer?
Me.
Did I ever tell you I played the Wizard in 2 productions of
Oh,
Wizard
no.
of Oz?
I
Yeah,
don't.
fifth grade.
Boy,
as the
I'm really
Wizard.
forgetting the
Uh-huh.
70,000
And
times
then
that you told me
the
this.
stellar production for my grandfather with my
Yes.
sisters and cousins.
Yes.
Brought down the house in Langhorne.
So, Dad, where was this movie for you?
Evil Dead?
Yeah. How old were you when you saw it? Was it in a movie theater? I have questions.
No. This was another of those weekend video rentals with my horror buddy, Brian. And I think I avoided this movie for a little while because it looked serious from the box. And the challenging review from Steve King on the video box cover, I think it kept me away initially. See, he called this the most ferociously original horror film of the year. And that review went a long way towards the film notching up a ton of video rentals. They were really lucky that Stephen King gave them that. And that printed review on the box, it made me a little tentative. I wasn't quite sure I could handle it at 11, 12.
I handled it.
You did, but maybe I just wasn't digging very deep back then. I was sticking to titles that I'd heard of.
I didn't really think this was that scary.
Okay, well, we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Because I have some SGS certainly got scared moments written down for
Yes,
this.
some.
Okay.
Wait, so what you're saying is that this wasn't famous until later? Like a cult following?
Yeah.
thing?
Home video really was how this movie found its audience and kind of gained its status.
So did you and Brian, hi Brian,
Hi, Ryan.
so did you guys like it when you saw it for the first time over your root beer floats?
Yeah, we really liked this one. This was one of 4 or 5 that we felt that we found. So, like, there's a little sense of accomplishment when that happens because there's so many horror movies on those video shelves back in the early 80s, and we would spend a lot of time reading the descriptions on the back and trying to gauge sense of quality about the movie from the 1 or 2 images that the box
Yeah.
would show from the film. So we watched a ton of really bad and really boring horror movies to get to the ones that we really dug.
So what were some of the others that you guys quote unquote found and loved and maybe didn't expect to?
Phantasm was probably
Really?
our biggest find.
Wow.
And then a movie we've done on the podcast, Demons. We found that and really liked that and kind of weren't really expecting to like it as much as we did. And I'll identify some of our other finds when we stumble across them. Tales from the Crypt.
Oh,
That
yes.
one we really like.
Good.
But that's coming up in a while. But back to Evil Dead. So what's this about?
Okay,
and
Evil
let's
Dead.
buckle in and get comfortable because we're going to be in the Evil Dead territory for a while here on the podcast.
Yeah. 3, right?
Shh.
All right. 5 friends, 2 couples. Scotty and Shelley. Linda and Ashley. And then Ashley's sister. Oh my god, I can't. Can we just call him Ash? I mean, they're
Yes,
calling
let's
him
call him
Ashley
Ash.
in this, but we all know it's Ash.
I know, it's funny to hear him being called Ashley.
Yeah, I'm like, who?
The great Bruce Campbell,
Yes,
obviously.
yes. Okay, so Ash's sister, Cheryl, is also along for the ride, and the ride is a classic one. All the way out to a cabin in the woods.
Yeah, imagine
And
that.
this is, like, the cabin in the woods. Like,
Yeah, not the first cabin in the woods, not the one that started it all.
no, but the cabin in the
Equinox, take a
woods
listen.
that all horror fans know. Not Equinox.
this is the one.
It's horrible. And there's a reason for that. We'll get to all that stuff, but back to the story. On the way to the cabin, a mysterious force seems to possess their car, causing it to veer out of control. Scotty manages to get a handle on things and delivers them safely to the middle of nowhere, pretty rundown cabin.
And things seem a little off right from their arrival. You got an old porch swing that's banging steadily against the side of the cabin by the door, and then it just stops right as he gets to it.
During dinner, a weird door in the floor flies open on its own, leading to a creepy cellar where Scotty and Ash discover an old book and a tape recorder. Of course, like all dumb people in horror movies do, they
Especially boys.
Especially.
And this would be me also.
Yeah, they start flipping through. Okay, so Ash, Scotty, and Eric, they start flipping through the book and press play on the tape to hear the voice of an archaeologist who found the book and explored its secrets, releasing terrible dark forces in the process. Those dark spirits now live in the woods around the cabin and are reawoken.
And that is enough for Cheryl.
That's
she
enough
wants
for
her
me.
brother to take her back to town. But they can't go anywhere because that rickety bridge that they barely made it across to get to the cabin is now snapped in half and like twisted back on itself. It looks like a giant metal claw holding them all captive there.
The woods come alive and attack Cheryl, making her the first victim and turning her into a Deadite, an evil, powerful demon that can now recruit others. They manage to lock her in the cellar, but she is pulling all the tricks she can to try to steal their souls and their sanity.
Who will survive to see the dawn?
And who will make it to the sequel? Well, we already know that.
Yeah, we know that.
Trailer.
This is the point where we'd normally play a trailer, but it's more visual. Doesn't really give you much dialogue and tell you what's going on with the story. So we just told you what's going on. The only thing you can kind of hear
is the archaeologist.
Yeah, you hear a little bit of the tape recording. Mm-hmm. So I mentioned at 11, 12, I wasn't sure whether I was quite ready for this movie. I think I would have been. But what's your recommended age for this?
12 and a half.
Yeah, I said a mature 12 and a half, 13-year-old. Or a very immature 16, 17-year-old. I was on a date once with a girl in high school.
Oh, God.
And she had to walk out of part 2 because she was so scared. And this one is scarier than that one, I think. She wouldn't have stood a chance. There's a lot of violence in this, and some of it's pretty extreme, right? Mm-hmm. There's some weird tree sex.
Whoa.
And it's scary. Like, the movie's scary. So I think you're right. What did you say, 12 or 12 and a half?
12 and a half.
I like 12 and a half.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of violence.
And the gore, sometimes it really makes you feel like,
tingly.
Oh my God.
Like,
and sometimes it makes you feel like, oh my God, this is crazy. Nuts.
Yeah. Which is fun about this.
Yeah, we'll get to all that.
But
I think it's for a reason.
Here's my insane opinion. Also, don't forget to do one word review.
I got mine.
Okay, good. Here's the crazy thing that I'm about to say. Mm-hmm. I thought Evil Dead 2 was scarier than this.
Okay, well, we'll see. A lot of people really like part 2 more than they like part 1.
I do.
I know you do.
Okay.
It depends on what you want, would be my answer.
Yeah.
But go watch, right?
Yep.
Well, you should watch this. This is a pretty high recommend. Yeah, you got to see this movie. You want that to be the new music instead of the piece that you wrote?
I'm writing another piece, Dad.
You keep saying that, but we're 5 seasons in now. All right, deep dive. So,
thinking back to Equinox.
Yes, let's do that.
An awful movie made in 1967, I want to say.
Yes, it was 67.
Yeah, by a group of college friends. Of course, they were in college.
Yeah, you have to be smart to make a movie like that.
Yeah, for next to nothing.
Yep.
Same deal here.
Yep.
Except better.
Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, they were boyhood chums, and they made a lot of Super 8 movies together. And then they decided to try a horror movie. And they shot a short film to serve as like a prototype for it. And that film was called Within the Woods, and it's basically a prequel to The Evil Dead. So that little movie enabled them to raise the money to shoot this little movie. And I'm always going to root for a movie like this, right? Self-made, bunch of friends, no money, borrowed equipment. If you listen to the commentary, a movie that takes a few too many chances with people's general safety to get the shots that they want. But that's everything I wish I had the opportunity to try to do when I was growing up.
Yeah. Why didn't you? Did you have a script? You were going to do that zombies take over your high school movie, right?
Yeah, elementary school. I think that was the closest I ever got to doing something that I could have had some influence to kind of really make happen. By the time I got to college and I actually had equipment and experience, and maybe a little bit of talent, I couldn't find any takers to commit to any project that would have lasted longer than a semester and not necessarily delivered as a grade or credit for school. So, oh well. But Sam Raimi did it, and thank God he did. Because this is a huge, huge franchise. Also, one more deep dive fun fact.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember when Scotty and Ash are in the cellar and there's
Yes.
that torn poster for a horror movie, The Hills Have Eyes, in the background?
Yeah.
So that movie came out 4 years earlier. Do you know why they ripped the poster and put it into one of the scenes like that?
No, I don't.
So they were making a statement. Like, you think The Hills Have Eyes was scary? That's nothing compared to what we're doing here. But they also did it because in The Hills Have Eyes, in that movie, the director, Wes Craven, who later went on to do Nightmare on Elm Street, he put a poster in the background of one of his scenes in The Hills Have Eyes, and it was a torn movie poster of Jaws. To basically say the same thing.
But that's Jaws is scarier.
Well, you haven't seen Hills Have Eyes. Neither have I.
Oh.
So Sam Raimi was playing along with Wes Craven's little game.
So then did Wes Craven make a move against the Evil Dead?
Yes, he did.
I love this.
So the friendly little competition, right? So in Nightmare on Elm Street, Wes Craven had the Evil Dead playing on a television in the background of one of the scenes where one of the characters is trying to prevent herself from falling asleep. And he's saying, now, this movie will bore you to sleep. What you're watching now, Nightmare on Elm Street, that'll keep you up at night.
Dang. And then did the Evil Dead guys get back on him?
I think there's a Freddy glove in the background of one of the shots in Evil Dead 2. We'll have to keep an eye out if we ever do that movie.
And then?
That's where it ended, unfortunately.
Oh, boo.
All right, what's your one-word review? You minded me not to forget this. I got mine.
Shocking.
Ooh, good. Why?
Well, I think that this was a very influential movie back then. And
I think it was released with an X rating initially
rating?
because of the violence and the gore. So it was shocking.
I'm sure that this kind of started off the Cabin in the Woods franchise after Equinox.
And it definitely helped to fuel the horror movie craze that really started blossoming in 1981. I went with ferocious, so I'm kind of co-opting Stephen King's review for my distilled review. But it's like an assault on your sensibilities in a good way. It attacked your preconceptions of what a horror movie could be in 1981 and a little after that, because it's a crazy movie. And at some point you start wondering, is this what it would be like if I were going through something like this? Would I be seeing everything through a sort of exaggerated lens? We talked about how the violence and the gore gets a little nutty at times. And it gets even more pronounced with this idea in the sequel, where the violence and the horror just becomes so fantastical and like you're watching a cartoon or in the middle of just a cyclone of craziness that's going on around you. But I think that's what you like about the second one, is how silly and weird it gets. I like this one because it doesn't quite go full crazy weird. It never makes you think that you're watching something comedic. This is a true one-lane, one-intention horror movie to scare you, not really to make you laugh.
Okay, yeah. All right, I like that one-word review. All right, Class of 1981.
Like we said, great year. Great year for movies, great year for horror movies.
Yep.
And you covered some of these on the Escape from New York episode, but you left some for this. So what have we got?
I am going to point out the good ones once again.
Yeah, you can re-mention a couple ones that we talked about already.
Madhouse.
Never saw that.
Possession. You saw that, right?
Uh-uh.
Really? The Beyond.
I have seen that. That's a crazy film.
My Bloody Valentine also came out. American Werewolf in London.
My Bloody Valentine, we mentioned that last time. That has that's got some shocking moments in it.
American Werewolf in London and Halloween 2. I did not.
And The Howling.
And The Howling.
And Wolfen. It was like the trifecta
and Scanners,
werewolf year.
And Ghost Story.
Scanners, Ghost Story, yeah. Crazy good year for horror.
Venom, Piranha 2.
Did you say Friday the 13th too?
No.
Well, Friday the 13th
okay,
too. Guys, get a time machine, go back to 1981, and watch every horror movie that came out. You can't go wrong.
No.
Sounds like you could go wrong with some of
Go
those.
back and listen to Escape from New York because we cover all of these movies.
Yeah, so between that episode and this one, you got the full list of the horror that was on the screen in 1981. Pluses.
Pluses. Where are my pluses? The gore is really good.
Yeah. So you didn't find the gore too crazy. And the stop motion effects, the claymation stuff. Some of it works really well.
And I really like that silent shot of the car rolling up to the cabin.
Oh,
like
in the
it's
beginning.
Dead quiet, and then you start hear a banging, slow and steady. And as the camera follows the car approaches the cabin, and you see that the banging is the porch swing that's banging like a metronome against the side of the cabin.
And then as Scotty, right as he gets to the front door, he's about to put the key in the lock, the swing stops. mid-swing. And it's such a cool idea for an opposite scare. So instead of starting the banging when there's a tense moment of just about to be entering the spooky house and giving the audience like a loud, sudden sound jump scare, it does the opposite. I love it. One of my favorite moments in the movie, and I think it's one of my favorite scary movie moments in general. It's very unique.
The set design, I love the look of the cabin.
Yeah, it's very sparse, but kind of creepy and evil looking inside.
The cellar shots and the Necronomicon. The design is so freaky.
When they're looking, where they have the shot of the camera looking at them, looking down into the cellar,
yes.
and it's just completely black above them. It's like they're in hell. They're not staring down into hell. They're already in hell. It's very cool. Yeah, the cinematography is pretty great in this.
I like the card scene.
Oh, we're going to get to that. So put a pin in that for now. I like the drawing of the book that Cheryl does when she's possessed. You know, she's making sketches, she's sketching the clock, and then something takes over her, and she just starts violently making motions with her pencil on the sketch pad, and she looks down and she makes this horrified face. And it's a really scary image, and you find out later she's drawn the book, which they hadn't quite found yet. But scary moment. Mm-hmm. I like the hanging gourds in the cellar.
Yes!
When they're walking along. That cellar is huge.
No, I like Shelley.
Scotty's girlfriend?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I found her one of the lesser characters in this, but you liked her.
Yeah.
Okay. I love the design of the Necronomicon book and the drawings inside.
You already know what I love. Linda laughing in that hall. She's just sitting there.
Giggling.
And she's going, "We're gonna get you."
Yeah, she's like a little possessed Cupid doll.
I know.
And you said you liked the music in the movie, too. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, we got a lot of pluses. I love the twisted bridge, trapping them. The card reading scene I have also. Oh, you know what I also liked? The eye game. Remember when Ash is giving Linda the necklace? And they're playing the game where he's asleep and he's looking at her every time she's not looking at him.
I like that.
And then when she's possessed, she's doing the same thing with him as he's, trying to bury her out in the woods.
Right.
That necklace, by the way, I got to give you credit. You totally knew that necklace was going to come back into play in this movie, and it does. Did you like Linda's messy decapitation where he cuts her head off with a shovel?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have in my notes, not very scary. That's a quote from you. And then 5 SGS moments in a row in like 10 minutes right after you said that. 5 shocked, scary, screamy moments.
No comment.
Right after you said,
no comment.
This isn't very scary. Oh, you liked Ash smashing Cheryl's hand
yes.
with the rifle butt when it was coming through the door. And I like when the cabin comes alive and there's blood flowing through the pipes and oozing through the house and coming through the projector.
I really like the tilted camera angles when the house is like...
You get these massive canted angles when the cabin's going crazy. Yeah, like we said, great cinematography, really good editing and sound as Ash is losing it.
Oh, I like the mirror scene.
Oh, with Ash?
Mm-hmm. Where he puts his hand into it and it's like this... goo, kind of.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Obviously, the acting and the sets.
See, you liked the acting? I didn't think the acting was that strong, but it doesn't bother. It wasn't like over the top amateurish.
Like in Equinox.
Yeah, in Equinox it was pretty bad.
Very bad.
You said you liked some of the stop motion effects at the end.
Yes.
And I liked when he's reaching for the necklace and the chain of it is in the shape of the Necronomicon. When he's trying to reach towards it to get it to throw it in the fire. I thought that was a nice little touch. Mm-hmm. When after Scotty's possessed and you kind of forgot about him and they just sits up in the middle of the frame.
I know.
That was I think that was an SGS moment for you. And I got scared again by that moment. I'd sort of forgotten that happened. I sort of mix up this movie and Evil Dead 2. I sort of mix them together.
They're very
in my
alike.
Head. Yeah.
I'm ready for my spotlight now. Oh, wait.
Oh, good.
Where are my sunglasses? Oh, here they are.
Want to put some SPF 40 on?
Okay, now I'm ready.
Okay.
Sam Raimi.
Oh, good.
Who was the writer of this.
And director.
He has cameos in Miller's Crossing.
Yes, he does.
And Spies Like Us, which I didn't notice.
I didn't notice him in Spies Like Us either. Mm-hmm. I don't think you've seen that all the way through, though.
Mm-hmm, I have.
Who's in it?
Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah?
And...
Continue.
And Will Ferrell.
Nope.
Eddie Murphy.
Great guesses. Continue.
Okay. He did...
Chevy Chase.
He did the Evil Dead franchises.
Uh-huh.
Body Bags, which is a John Carpenter
Oh,
film.
did he direct an episode of Body Bags? Okay.
No.
Oh, he produced it?
No, he was behind the camera for it.
So, yeah, he either directed an episode. It's a anthology. There are different stories
yeah.
that make it up. And John Carpenter is actually the host of it. He introduces the stories.
Oh. Spider-Man, the trilogy.
Yeah, the first 3 Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, which are really good. The first 2 are, anyway. The second one's amazing. We love it, right?
What's the third one about?
And the third one, I don't think we've ever
Goblin?
watched it. I think it's a musical. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, it's weird. He also did a movie. Do you have Perfect? What is it called?
A Simple Plan?
A Simple Plan is amazing. We got to watch that.
Crime Wave.
Mm-hmm. Early.
Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah, I didn't love that. I skipped that for the D's for us.
The Gift.
Kate Blanchett.
And
Keanu Reeves.
Darkman.
Darkman's cool. We should watch Darkman sometime.
He's still alive. He's 65.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it.
And he's a funny dude. He is someone who really appreciates the blend of horror and comedy. You know, setting up the perfect scare, setting up the perfect laugh, with each and their opposites. Cool. Thanks. Minuses of Evil Dead. Do you have any minuses?
Some shots in it of the demonic people weren't that good.
Some of the makeup?
Some of the makeup, yeah.
Yeah, I had makeup and the stop motion effects as a because I like some of them, but some of them look a little cheesy. But that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really hard pressed to think of a moment where I'm bored by the pacing of this movie, or where something looks overly hokey for overly long. For the most part, this movie still reels me in and keeps me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah. SGS's.
Yeah. So, Little Miss, this movie isn't that scary. There are 7 SGS moments in this.
7?
Yes.
Oh.
So here's what I counted.
Well, let me tell you the ones I remembered.
Okay.
The first one was Linda getting stabbed in the heel with a pencil.
Oh, when Cheryl the demon stabs her. Yeah, that you got a little squeamish for that part. There's something about the heel and the way that shot looks. You do kind of feel it.
The scene where Scotty's in the bathroom and he checks the shower curtain and it's not there. And he turns around and the thing grabs
Yeah, that's
him.
a little jump scare. And also when Scotty gets grabbed after he stabs Shelley in the back with the Kandarian dagger that still has her hand attached to it.
I love it.
That was another one.
Oh, Cheryl's arm smashing through the ground, grabbing Ash.
Mm-hmm. And the Linda Ash fight, the surprise attack where she gets back in the house after he throws her out. She kind of just shows up in the doorway after he buries her. And then Scotty coming back. You know, we talked about that sitting up in that startle moment. Linda's hand popping out of the grave was another one for you. And I think that was it. But you had 7 SGS moments in this.
Okay.
So, now how would you evaluate the scariness of this movie?
I'm going to politely wait until the end.
Okay.
All right, coolest kill.
Is that what we're on?
Yeah. And I guess we'll count a kill in this as when a
we kinda have to
character
define
becomes a
it.
deadite.
Yeah.
Because they kind of get infected by wood.
I know, it's weird.
Because Linda technically gets turned because of a pencil stab. So I guess the pencil was made out of wood from right around there.
Yeah, the archaeologist guy made his own pencils from trees around
Okay,
the
so
cabin.
let's talk about the kills in this. So first one, we have Cheryl.
Oh, just talk about them?
Then we'll, a reminder of what the kills
They're
are.
a little hard to think of. I think Shelley gets cut to pieces, but that's not when she becomes the deadite. I think she just gets scratched. You don't really see that happen. No, let's just go coolest kill, and then we'll talk about it. All right. 3, 2, 1,
Shelley.
You went Shelley. Okay, talk to me about Shelley's kill.
So I don't really remember Shelley's kill, but I remember being really affected by it.
But this is after she's turned into the deadite and she's attacking Scott, and he finally kills her with a dagger.
Oh,
who are you talking about? Shelley is Scotty's boyfriend with the dark.
Oh, I'm talking about Cheryl.
That's what I'm. Yeah.
Sorry.
So let's do it again. 3,
2, 1. Cheryl.
Yes.
Yeah. when Linda and Shelley are playing with the deck of cards.
I love this scene.
Yeah, they're trying to guess what the next one in the deck is going to be. And then Cheryl, who has her back to them, and she's staring out of the window into the dark woods. She starts rattling off the next card and the next, and her voice is strange, and there's a weird slow motion
gravelly
shot.
And
there's like a weird slow motion shot of the last card.
I know it's weird, but I like it because it slows down your perception right before what happens.
And then she turns around to them and she's like full Deadite possessed.
Yeah, and then she just like
attacks
them and just wreaks havoc on the place.
Yeah. Lots of fun.
Definitely coolest kill. Runner up for me is probably Scotty.
Yeah.
Because Ash is like trying to talk to him about how they're going to get out of there, and he's all torn up from trying to escape into the woods.
And Ash is trying to give him water, but it's not. Like, he won't swallow it.
Yeah, well, he's dead.
Yeah.
So it's just like dribbling over his chin and down his chest. Yeah, that's pretty cool too. Fight, flight, freeze.
Who will fight? Who'll be given a fight? And who's just probably gonna freeze?
Music and lyrics by Eric Bachmann.
Yeah.
What do we got for flight?
Cheryl tries to flight. She convinces Ash
when-
to drive her back to town.
Oh yeah, but I thought you were, they try to flight there, and then she tries to flight again, and the woods stop her. Big time.
Big time. And then Scotty flights out to the woods, and
Yeah,
you
he
don't
doesn't
see
learn
what
any
happens
lessons.
to him until he jump scares his way back into the story.
Yeah, and he's all torn apart from his failed escape plan. No
Fight.
freezes.
You skipped fight.
Yeah, because, they're all fight. Well, Scotty and Ash do most of the fighting until Scotty flights, and that's just Ash fighting by himself.
Freeze.
I don't know if there's any freezing. I mean, Cheryl freezes, but she can't move because the woods have got her.
Yeah.
That doesn't really count either. Tomato. What would you, if you were the Lord of the Tomatoes, what would you give this as a rating?
78.
86. So
That
this
seems
is,
high.
Again, seems high. Well, this is Escape from New York. Take another listen. 86%. Collateral, which is a Tom Cruise movie where he plays a hitman, which is actually pretty good. Elf was 86%. Werewolves Within, another movie that has some horror and some comedy in it, with the guy from I Think You Should Leave.
Oh.
And First Blood, which is the Sylvester Stallone, where he plays the ex-soldier who's getting bullied by the sheriff and his deputies. Takes off in the woods and fights him. Life of Pi, Sixth Sense, and
Life of Pi.
one of
Good.
Daddy's favorite, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 86%. Are you ready for Guess the Tomato?
Sweeney Todd.
Nice try. What are we playing for today, Serling?
This
This is when I pick another movie that had the same Rotten Tomatoes score as the movie we're covering, so 86%. I've got an 86% movie. I'm going to give you clues. You have to guess it. The quicker you get it, the more of the
know how
fabulous
to do
prize
this.
that we're playing for you get. What are we playing for today? Tell him, Serling.
Crunch berries. We're desperate.
We raided a box of cereal. Some delicious, my favorite fruit, actually. So, I have 10 of these. So I'm going to give you, you can start with 10, and then I go 2 by 2. I eliminate 2 for every clue you need. All right, for all the crunch berries, for 10 crunch berries, this is a very silly movie, Serling. Probably the silliest movie you've ever seen.
Trading Places.
Nope, here go 2. I'll go blue and red. Stale. Did you ever change your crunch berries? For 8 crunch berries, this silliest movie you've ever seen, with an 86% Rotten Tomato rating, stars someone who we both loved in a season 3 episode of this very podcast. So 1, 2, 3, A, B, C. So it would start with C.
Do you speak? Do you speak?
We love this actor, and we've seen him before in a movie that starts with C.
I have no idea.
For 6 crunch
Some
berries,
more.
the lead actress in this very silly movie was married to Elvis Presley.
No idea.
You're just saying that.
Okay, I'm
You're
gonna.
down to 4 crunch berries. There is a cameo by a very famous baseball player who went to your dad's old high school and, while there, punched out your dad's old math teacher. And you love this baseball player's candy bar, which they still make.
Yeah, we have them.
So who's the guy?
Reggie
Jackson.
Jackson.
And what movie did we see Reggie Jackson in that's very silly? And stars Leslie Nielsen from Creepshow from season 3.
Airplane?
For 2 Crunchberries, the villain in this movie suffers a terrible death when he falls out of a baseball stadium and then is run over by a bus, crushed by a steamroller, and finally trampled underfoot by a marching band. In one of the funniest scenes ever.
Naked Gun.
Yeah, here you get 2 Crunchberries. Pathetic.
How stale are
Had
these?
to hand that on a platter to you.
Ew.
You want to go one higher or one lower than this movie on Rotten Tomatoes?
Lower.
Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was 85%. Speaking of meatballs, which we just watched, like last weekend, To Ring in the Summer, which you were finally ready for this summer. Ready for the summer.
No, Meatballs should be at 100%. That is the best movie ever.
I know. Meatballs should be higher than 85%. No, but I'm not saying Meatballs was 85%. I'm saying Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs was 85%.
Oh.
Also, The Thing was only 85%.
What?
Low.
That's too
But
low.
critics hated it when it came out. It's only
Who
been
are the critics?
recently reappraised over the years as the classic that it now gets to enjoy the status of. And one higher than this movie, Wreck-It Ralph and The Dark Knight Rises, which we've never seen.
Who's the villain in that?
Dark Knight, I think it's Bane.
I like
Take
Bane.
control of your city.
Is that the guy that has like the...
He's got the metal thing on his mouth.
Yes.
Yeah, we should watch that.
I like that guy.
Fearometer, what are you going? Now, 7
7.5.
SGS.
7.5.
7.5. Excellent. That puts it up there. I went 5.5. The first time you watch this thing, it is scary. It delves into you. You feel a little of the drawn-out craziness and desperation that was going on while they were piecing together the movie. There's good dread building,
They're really good jump scares.
Yeah,
So put it
and-
up to a 6, Eric.
creepy moments, some gore that makes you squirm. Should I put it up to a 6? I'll put it up to a 6. You've convinced me.
Yeah.
Funometer.
8.
Ooh.
This movie's fun for me.
It's a fun setup. And the setup doesn't get diluted like it does in Equinox by the overly amateurish contributing elements that we were talking about.
It isolates you in that cabin.
Yeah, and it traps you in the settings just like the characters. I went 5, but I'll go 5.5. No, I'll stay with my 5.
Boo.
Impactometer.
Okay. 7.
Close to me. I mean, your answer is great, and it's close to mine. So I went 8. It spawned a very decent franchise. It's still churning movies out, and 3 sequels, I think, a reboot, a television series, lots and lots of legions of fans.
Influential special effects.
Yes, we're going to come to see that, even though they're pretty bare bones in this, but they certainly serve as the foundation for what's going to be coming. And what's going to be coming?
Okay, so next time on DDSH. Diddy Spud, let's not dance around this.
Yeah, we're not going to be overly obfuscating. Just learn that word. About what's coming up next for you guys on the cast.
We've mentioned it a couple times here. We're doing Evil Dead 2.
And it'll be interesting to explore the insane leaps and bounds the franchise makes in its second installment.
Are you saying insane like it's a good way, or...
I'm not tipping my hand that far. You'll have to come back and have a listen to Evil Dead Dos.
Next time on Daddy.
Daughter.
Scary.
Horror.
Bye.
I wonder if House had any influence on the turn.
Oh, God.
We'll get there.
Don't mention House.
Why? It was great. You
Because
loved
we're
it.
in season...
Oh, we're going to do it again when we get to season 8. We'll rewatch. We'll do a rewatch. Great idea, Serling.
No!